Hey guys, Chris here. We're giving Busted Knuckle DIY, and today we're going to be servicing the differential on my little SUV here. So I'm going to show you how to fix that pain in the rear. Let's get wrenching.
Oh hell, I can fix that. Honey, can you bring me a Band-Aid, please?
Alright guys, so here we are under the truck, and we're at the rear differential, and you can see here that there's a little drip right there. So definitely time to service this thing, because the gasket's leaking a little bit, and I'm sure it's low on fluid too. So I'm going to show you guys how to get this differential cover off, get everything cleaned up, put a new gasket on it, and fill it back up properly. So anyway, let me grab a few tools and we'll get to it. Alright guys, there's 10 bolts in this. Now in this case it's a 13 millimeter. I'm going to use my impactor with a socket on it. And we're going to pull from the bottom. And the reason is because these don't have a drain on them, so that one's in a tough spot. Okay, so this one up here I can't quite get my impactor on, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to a conventional ratchet, and then this one was really tight. So let me get that, we'll get the last of those out of here, and then we'll pop this cover off and it can drain into my pan there. Alright, so I got my top bolt out. Now this one actually rung up here, but it's way up high in the differential, and there's one on either side of it, so I'm not too worried about it leaking. Now this thing's been on there forever, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a standard screwdriver and just go beside the cover here and just tap it a little bit with a hammer and see if we can break the seal on this thing. And you can hear that pop. There's a lot of sealant around this. And here we go. We're starting to get some fluid coming out of there now. Be advised, guys, gear oil stinks terribly. So anyway, that's pretty well loose at this point, so we're just going to go and let it drain. Let's see if we can get the silicone broke on the other side. There we go. And there is a lot of it. So anyway, that's going to take quite a while to drain out. But one of the things that you want to do once you get your cover off, to make sure that everything is kosher in here, is take a look at your planetary gears and things like that. And our teeth on these look great. And then down here in the bottom, I'm going to scrape along with my finger. And we're going to look, okay, I don't see any metal shavings or anything like that. So that's a good sign that your differential's in good health. So anyway, that's going to drain out. I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and prep the cover and mating surface here for our new gasket. All right, guys, so we're out from under the truck. And I'm just going to use a razor scraper on this and scrape off all the old crap. And there will be a bunch on there. Don't be shy with it. Go ahead and get all this junk off, because if you don't, it will leak when you put it back together. So that's cleaned up, and then I'll probably take a piece of 220 grit sandpaper and go around the rim of that And then I'm also going to take my scraper and do the same thing on the differential mating surface itself. And get that scraped down and cleaned up. We'll put our new gasket in and fill it back up. I don't know how well you can see it. I put some clear silicone around the outside of this. And that's mainly just to hold the gasket in place while we're lining everything up and put it back on. I also put a little bead on the differential itself. So let's get under here and put this cover back on. All right, so cover only fits one way here, guys. So get back in there and line it up and see if we can get a bolt or two started in it. See our silicone oozing out of the bolt holes there, which is good. All right. So anyway, got a couple of bolts started in that thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of them in, and I'll show you how to properly fill a differential up. All right, guys, I've got 1/4 of this in here. Now, gear oil comes with these long conical shaped tips that I cut off here, and that's so you can stick it inside the hole and squeeze it. And the thing about gear oil is you got to go kind of slow here. Just give it a second to settle every few squeezes here. Alright, we might be getting there. You can see it running out of the hole now. Stick a finger in there. And yeah, it's pretty close. Clean that up for a second. Yeah, and that's right to the top of the hole. So we're good to go ahead and put our inspection plug back in it. And then what you'll want to do, guys, after you've newly serviced a diff like that, is drive it a few miles, let everything cool off, and then double check it and top it off again, because you're going to be dispersing a little bit of that gear oil down the axle shafts and things like that. So anyway, thread our plug in there. And that's plenty tight enough. Wipe off our excess gear lube. And yeah, guys, that's how you service a differential. Yeah, guys, I hope you learned a few things about servicing a differential. And again, this process is very similar on just about any rear-wheel drive vehicle, pickup truck, light SUV, etc., etc. Again, look up the specifics for your differential via your manufacturer's specs, because they're all just a little bit different as far as what gear lube they use and etc., etc. So look all that stuff up, but that's the process. Hope you learned a few things. Guys, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, as we've got lots of great content coming up for you. Throw us a thumbs up, hit us in the comments, and in the description box below, I'll include links to our email address and our Facebook page if you guys want to drop us a line there. Guys, till next time, this is Chris for Busted Knuckle DIY saying, keep wrenching.